Bienvenidos and welcome a Cositas Mommy Never Told Me, a podcast that dives deep into the Latin cultural norms that have long haunted the feminine genre. Montate and buckle up porque it's going to be a roller coaster ride. ¡Nos fuimos! Welcome to Cositas Mommy Never Told Me.
It's hot in here today.
Está caliente, pero está bien.
It's hot. I feel like there's a lot happening on the table right now today.
Should we declutter?
Yes. I think we need to cleanse, actually.
Let's take the tea out.
Let's take the tea because today and every day is a tea moment. We know that. And these little affirmation cards we should do at the end. That could be fun.
All right.
If we remember. I never do.
Okay.
And then this part of the show is for Alyssa.
You should be proud of us, Alyssa. Look, we have our...
Not only do we have...
We're tech. We're like tech now.
We have our...
We're tech. Look, we're tech. We're tech.
And we're ready to take notes.
Oh, you can't see. Oh, it's okay.
Well, we're trying to be up with the younger people. We'll see how long that lasts because I've already been tempted to take out a notebook 17,000 times. Haven't you? Literally.
I have a notebook right there. I have a journal that's waiting. It's like, bitch, you know you want to come back to me.
Literally. First, probably 22 journals right there. Empty notebooks. Because I am to-do list in a notebook.
Oh, girl.
But anyway, if you guys saw last week's episode, then you would understand what we're talking about. Alyssa, who's the third member of Cositas, was here. She also happens to be 19?
20. She's 20.
She happens to be 20. And we had our first powwow with her. And as I look over, she's literally like...
And both of us are like, show me how to do that.
Swapping, going. And I was like, what exactly is happening over there? Oh, I'm just taking notes.
And then she had a full calendar with all this stuff. Oh, my God. So she put us on.
So we said, we need to look like that.
So here goes.
Here goes. Currently, my pen is not even working.
Mine is, but it's really fine.
We're in business.
Estamos en business.
And it just keeps deleting. Anyway, how are you, Diana?
I'm doing
Diana's
great.
Deleting,
I'm erasing my situation. I'm doing amazing. Trying to figure out this whole iPad, good notes, and all that stuff. I thought I was pretty techie until I needed to download a digital calendar onto Good Notes.
Until we met Alyssa.
Yeah. So I'm not as techie as I thought I was. But yeah, but I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm great. I'm most excited at the fact that we have two mics.
Who knows?
So without telling you, and without you telling us, because you're so kind, we knew that now that we are filming together, we were having some issues with sound.
Yes.
So thanks to J Lyrics, shout out. That's probably very close to the mic. Apologies. He is our tech guru.
Yes.
We have two mics. We're working, we're refining, we're growing, we're glowing. Contrary to what you might think, this is all some homegrown shit happening here. Okay? So we have two mics today. We tested it and it should be good. Our putito is calling us.
I know. Too late.
Too late. We're filming.
We're filming now. So tiene que esperar.
Exactly. So I'm excited that
and the
we
Do Not Disturb obviously did not work.
Clearly. Diana and I put our phones on Do Not Disturb. They're not working. It's disturbing. So I'm excited about sound. I'm excited about two mics. I'm excited about growing and glowing. I'm excited about boss space. I'm just super excited today.
I'm excited too. I'm so excited that things are happening below the waist.
Huh? What? Below the waist?
Yeah.
She always has a way of like throwing these things in there.
I'm sorry, but I just get excited and get the little, everywhere, all over my body.
The tingly.
Yeah, I get the tingly.
Over sound?
Over everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. A girl real sensitive everywhere.
Well, I've always been really sensitive too. Isn't that a blessing, though?
It is a blessing.
Because I have...
Porque hay muchas apagadas.
Yeah. Oh, my God, D. I've heard that, too. I mean, TMI, ladies and gentlemen listening, I am rivers flowing at all times. And I...
Get your boat. Get your boat. Get your boat.
I have heard...
Get your life jacket.
Dive head first. I have heard that muchas mujeres se secan.
Yeah. You go through atrophy. That's what it's called.
Oh, that's a big word. You need to unpack that.
Well, I got to look it up now because I don't want to give you the wrong definition. Well, your vagina goes through atrophy, which means it se pone seca. So if you don't put it to work, if you don't put it...
And is it because of that?
If you don't put it to
is it lack of
practice?
Attention? No, I'm serious.
I got my readers.
Probably masturbate a lot more.
Waste away, especially as a result of degeneration of cells, or become vegetal during evolution. Without exercise, the muscles will atrophy, gradually declining in effectiveness or vigor due to underuse or neglect.
Is that specific to the vagina?
That's specific to everywhere, everything, your body.
I didn't know that, but
your vagina goes through atrophy. Absolutely.
Really?
I had a friend that was not using hers. She was not using hers. And this is what happened. She was like, girl, we had sex and shit was like a little bit awkward. I was like, girl, keep fucking.
It was awkward because of the dryness?
There was some dryness. There was some awkwardness. There was some with her vagina because she hadn't used it in so long. Wow. So when she actually had a penis and not fingers or toys.
Oh, so
her vagina wasn't.
To my next question. So is there difference between penetration?
Yep. Yes.
Did you?
So then she said, Diana, you were right. I just kept fucking and my vagina came.
Well, I would keep fucking just because.
Yeah, I mean,
the vagina.
You don't want it to go through atrophy.
Not only, it's just I love it.
I mean, and we're not doctors. I'm just going off of what my friend said about her shit. I don't know.
We're not doctors. We just your friends in your head. Wow. I feel like I learned something new. I
have to remember not to drink water while this one's talking about.
Last week, y'all not gonna see it because I edited it out.
Oh my God.
So we had a choking moment. I thought I was gonna have to get a CPR.
I'm sorry. Thank you for taking that out too. That was crazy.
CPR. But I have heard that. I mean, and this is super private, and clearly you guys understand and have learned that. I think both of us are pretty transparent.
Mm-hmm.
But I have heard that when you go through menopause, you can dry out as well.
Yes.
How about so the thing with menopause is I feel like there's a lot of things to it, because sometimes with menopause, you start to feel like you don't want to have sex, which would then lead to atrophy, which would then lead to really not wanting to have sex.
I don't know if you actually get spider webs though. People are always talking about there's spider webs down there.
I'm confused.
I don't think that. I'm joking. But sidebar, not to take off this, we will come right back here.
We'll come back.
Somebody told me yesterday that her friend, after she had a baby, went and had her vagina touched up.
Bitch.
Because but it was for a different reason. Because to me, I've never heard about a skinny vagina.
Oh, wait, explain.
Right. That's what I said. That's what I said. So apparently, maybe because we're blessed with not having skinny vaginas. So apparently there's vaginas that is just bone. There's a thinly veil lip.
Okay, wait. Come again.
Okay, so you know when you go to Spirit Airlines,
so we have
as
Freddie broke it down in the car on our way to Carol G, which is recording.
Oh shit! Why are you saying his name? Okay, who cares?
So there's the labia, and there's the clitoris minoris and clitoris majoris. Or is it the labia majoris, labia minoris? I don't know. I know I have it all down there, but he seemed to know all the technical.
Yeah, all the technical.
So what happened to the skinny vagina?
So she went and got it plumped up because her lips.
Oh. You mean the exterior visual?
It was skinny. So then the guy she was with would always fuck with her. Like his form of abuse to her was like, yo, skinny ass vagina.
He was still fucking her though. That's what I said. And is he the one who got her pregnant?
No.
Oh.
But she went and went to the doctor in Miami. I don't know if it's Dr. Miami, but she got her vagina rejuvenated and plumped up.
So I'm interested to know, what is that? An insertion of fat down there?
I don't know.
Wow.
I was like blown away though.
Ironically, my two girlfriends just told me, it's so funny, I was on the phone with her and she was like, girl, you gotta do it. Me and XXX got vaginal rejuvenation. It's amazing. It tightens us up and da. And I was like,
you can't do that with Kegels. Or tighten up like a virgin.
She said,
I ain't trying to be a virgin.
It's
that's for sure.
She says. Anyway, that's not even what the podcast.
Oh, I know. So sorry. Jesus. Perdón.
Excuse me. So we're excited about our sounds. We're excited about Alyssa joining the team. She's gonna make us look and feel and sound younger. We're going to make our best efforts to have more content, to get you guys more involved in our lives and what we're doing, because we're noticing that you love to know what we're doing, which is amazing. I love that.
I love that too. And we silly as fuck. So
in real life.
I love to see when people get around us and they're like, oh shit, you guys are like this in real life. And I'm like,
yeah. So basically all we've done is brought in a camera and microphones into our real conversations.
Yes.
And the hope is that
you guys are enjoying it
for a living.
Yeah. Yes, please.
What's going on that we wanted to discuss? We discussed Taylor Swift and Travis. We discussed Jada, even though that Jada thing is like
it's evolving
thing. I think I'm convinced, and we just had this conversation, that she has to have something on Will.
Absolutely.
Some private information, maybe some homosexual tendencies that he's had. This is me being gossipy, 100%. I've heard Will Smith is an amazing human being. But yo, he looks like a pendejo, pobrecito. Major.
She has emasculated the crap out of this man, made him look like an idiot, and he continues to look like an idiot even after he slapped Chris Rock. And she was like, "Oh, well, I didn't tell him to go do that."
No,
I'm sure she manipulated
so I haven't been so close to it, but what I've heard is that she said that she was in a her view was in a position where she didn't even see that it happened. Yeah,
she needs to stop. She right there front and center.
Yeah,
they got the best seats in the house. He Will Smith. What are you talking about?
Right. And there was a meme,
and there would be no Jada without Will Smith. So she really needs to take like 3 steps back and sit her ass down.
But she was with Tupac.
She would have been Tupac girl. She Will Smith wife. Like, set it off. Okay, what else?
Okay, so
The Matrix. Okay, what else?
Was she in The Matrix?
She was in The Matrix.
Wow, there goes to show you. Was she in The Matrix? Was my first question. Sorry, but there was a meme that I found funny, factual, and interesting that said, "At this point, Jada, did you even ever like Will Smith? Because it's not even about the love. Like, I'm sure Diana can attest to this, having been married for over 20 years or been in a relationship for over 20 years, at some point, probably like 5 years in, you're like, it doesn't even matter that I love this man anymore. I should like him."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I feel like is where respect comes, longevity comes, like the bullshit of people's idiosyncrasies tap in, and you're like, when you really still like someone is when you're super committed. But the circus and the parade that's happening right now, out
of control.
It's as if, did you ever really like him?
And then there's some stuff like you don't even know what's real anymore. Like it's gotten to a point where internet is just winning right now. Like, I don't even know if this is real, but there was something, and I was looking for it because I wanted to share it with somebody, that said it had her quoting, "I never really like any of Will's movies, and every time we had sex, I had to listen to Tupac to get in the mood."
Oh my God, I think that's just bullshit. That has to be. I can't. Like, First of all, Tupac is right, alive and well.
The one I just showed
And
you.
the next thing that's about to come out from Jada is that she's with Tupac.
The one I just showed you.
Which one?
It has Will Smith, like,
oh my God.
sad. He was like, I would kill her, but then she would be with Tupac.
The internet has no holds barred.
No.
And you know what's going to
holds
happen?
barred.
We'll probably become memes soon. Fuck it. Bring it on, bitches. Anyway.
So our topic for today.
Transitioning.
It's not really a topic, right? It's not really a topic.
Not really a topic. Go ahead.
But I thought it would be something we both stopped. Well, actually, Rocio came up with it, right?
No.
Well, you started the conversation. Yeah.
So we had a conversation with a friend who shall not be named, but you know who you are as soon as I tell your story. Hopefully we'll get to it. And she said something about a situation she was in. And in my head, I was like, oh my God, we should do a podcast about these random things. And it seems very cryptic right now, but once we get into what we're about to do, it'll all make sense. I think that Cositas is about diving into serious subjects, sexual subjects, religious subjects. We're going to have, a mental health subject this season. We're going to have body positivity. We're going to have dating after 40, blah, 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 all these amazing things. But I also think to highlight our true personalities and to test how authentic we really are is what we're going to do today. Hoy, aquí, en vivo, en Cositas, que mi mamá nunca me dijo, ella nunca me dijo nada.
Ilia's going to be like,
my mom does watch on the TV. Diana's mom doesn't watch, so this bitch is lucky. My mom watches. Mommy.
Te quiero, Ilia. And then we'll show my mommy how to watch it. Although I should show her, but it's not. She won't even. 5
minutes in, she'll be like, ¿Y qué es esto?
Yeah, she'll be like, ¿a dónde uno puede ver eso? No.
No.
Eso demasiado. Demasiado.
So tell them what we're doing.
So I think a good way of us doing it would be like just to put some questions, sayings, whatever into a jar right here. And then we will pull out, questions we received in the past, questions we've seen, just anything. Put it in a jar. We'll pull it out and we'll talk about it.
And we're calling this episode The Juice Jar.
So seductive.
Comment right here for suggestions on the name.
Seductive.
Also, the hope is that in the future, once you guys get a hang of what we're doing, especially at the live, I think at the live would be dope to have a little segment where we just get random things that people have put in there. But we would love to get ideas and subjects and things from you guys as to what you would like us to explore and unpack.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And with that said,
let's go.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Ready?
Yeah.
This is the jar. Mason jar. You pick.
Right. Yeah.
First one. I really, 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 really hope
we get that one. Okay.
I didn't mark it. I didn't cheat.
And I didn't get my readers. When do you know it's over? Friendship, relationship.
Good one.
That's a good one. Friendship, I know, is over when the person done crossed the line or done says something that I told him or her not to say, or it was in confidence, or they didn't have my back about something. There's a lot of little things, but then once you start getting that feeling about that friendship, especially us as women, you just gotta know that you gotta go with that feeling. Don't go thinking, oh my God, but she was my friend for 25 years. The bitch was just acting crazy talking about you, or she was making you feel some type. Maybe you should end that. To me, relationship, once everything is stale and boring as fuck, and I don't know. What do you think? And then maybe I can add, because
it's
relationship is weird.
Because when do you know? For me, it's like, when do you know a relationship is over? So I had a very, very good friendship with a woman, a girl, like a girlfriend, to the point where we would be on the phone when we were taking a shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, this was like, I really feel strongly that friendships with women sometimes can be more intimate and personal than your relationship with your partner.
Yep.
And not in a sexual way at all. Like Amber just passed away, one of my good girlfriends from college. And I was telling Diana, like when she was at her last days, that I was so thankful to have had an intimate friendship with her. Like when she was in the hospital, we held hands for like 6 hours. Just holding her hand. I bathed her. I washed her hair. I gave her a pedicure. And in the moment, I was like so overwhelmed with thankfulness for being so comfortable with who I am as a woman and finding friendships, because I'm blessed to have several different female friendships where you can be intimate and vulnerable and feel like anything that's shared here, it goes without saying that it's like, it's shared here. You know, it's like those friendships that you don't even have to discuss it.
Yep.
But I did have a friendship that I thought was like that. And then
it's like a death, huh?
Oh my God. So I tell you this because we were friends, very good friends for like 5 years. And even throughout the few years, it had been brought to my attention. People were like, you know, she's, you know, I hate to use the word groupie, but it's like, it was that, you know, always looking for the come up, like always was into dating like someone who is a athlete or whatever, or trying to get into the entertainment space. So this was years ago. And as you guys know, I've been in the entertainment business for over 20 years. Phil has been. So it goes without saying that we have these relationships and we go to these events and we have these opportunities that are just not like common opportunities. And being who I am, and Diana can attest to this, I'm always very like inclusive, I always bring inclusive. I always like think of someone. I always think of people if I'm going to an event, if I'm doing something. And I do that with a good intention, not understanding that those things are not for everybody.
Right.
So I say that to say we were very, very, very like tight. We go to an event. She meets this guy. He happens to be a
so she met the guy because of the event that you brought.
Through us, 100%.
Bitch.
He's semi well known in the industry. On the business side, we go to this event. She meets the guy. At the time, she was Phil's personal assistant, which was a huge no-no for me. Not because I didn't trust her or him or whatever. I just felt like what ended up happening was going to happen. Like, I just strongly feel like you have to be a very specific person to have someone so close to you work with you. And it wasn't like she was working with me. She was working with my husband. So and what Phil does is like deal with high net worth individuals. And like, it just requires a lot of privacy. So this guy starts flirting with her. She's a very attractive girl. She's wooed immediately. Phil's like, this is not the person you want to get involved with, blah, 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 blah. If you decide to, please let me know because we can no longer work together. Because in the business, pillow talk is real.
Absolutely.
Business cannot be shared. It's, again, very intimate information that she was privy to. So he was, very respectfully had the conversation with her. She lied for a little bit, was seeing this guy. But that's not even the point. Literally stopped talking to me. Never showed up at the house again. Never responded to Phil. From one day to another, probably like 2 weeks after this event. So it's not even like y'all privately seeing each other and you really think this is going to become something. Probably 2 weeks in, cuts me off fully.
Damn.
Was supposed to watch JoJo, had made a commitment, never shows up. Like dead. I was so devastated. I cried like I had lost my boyfriend. I reached out to some of her other friends.
And she did the same to them?
So she did the same to a very specific group of friends. So her growing up friends, but not her Harvard grad friends. She didn't go to Harvard grad. She didn't even finish college. But she definitely had these other circles. It's no shade to her. She definitely had these other circles, but my reaching out was because I was so hurt. I didn't want to talk to her to beef with her. I wanted to talk to her to know what happened. So it was one of those situations that to this day, I don't know exactly what happened, even though I know what happened. Long story short, I see her at an event. 6 months later, she's with him. Now she's working for him. Pattern sound familiar? Working for him. I believe they were dating, sees me. You know, it's a setting. It was at an President Obama event. Yeah, President Obama event, blah, blah, blah. I saw her at that point. It was like, you know, when you go through a breakup, you go through the crying, you go through the rage, and then you're just kind of over it. That's how I have dealt with it. So when I saw her, it was like, oh, hey, how are you? Genuinely, like, how are you? Hugged her, kept it moving, grabs me. Rocio, I'm so sorry. I would love to go to dinner. You know, one of those dinners.
Like, I'm good.
But I was like, oh, sure. But one of those dinners, you know, is never going to happen. But I'll never forget that friendship being like, fuck, yo, friendships with other women can be so strong and hurt more than breaking up with your boyfriend. It's crazy.
And you shared space with her.
Everything. Like, we worked out together. She was in my home. She would sleep. Oh, it was crazy. But to answer the question, how do I know it was over? I didn't. I feel like she
blindsided you.
Yes. Even with a female friendship, it's times where you don't know it's over. And even when it is over and all the signs are pointing at it being over, I was still searching to keep it. Which essentially, I've just had an aha moment. Is that a pattern? Do I do that with men? Nah, actually, I don't. So maybe young me goes on to something.
Oh, shit.
So when do I know it's over in a relationship with a man? For me, it's a feeling. It's an instinctual feeling. I think that women have crazy intuition. I just strongly have said for years that we wear blinders and we choose to not look outside of the blinders. You feel it happening, and it's not just about...
You fucking ignore it.
Yes. It's not just about infidelity. It's not just about he's not feeding your spirit, or he's not... You know, it doesn't even have to be that someone isn't speaking to you properly, or isn't showing up, or isn't being attentive, or whatever. It's just like a feeling we get, and we either choose to listen to it or not. I always give kudos to women who have the ability to be like, oh, fuck that. Hell no. I'm out.
But sometimes you have two heads. That's the problem. Men have two heads. Men have two heads, literally, right? But it's like sometimes you have two heads. It's like, you know, you're ignoring the signs, you're ignoring the red flags, you're ignoring all that shit because you also have needs. So you're like, no, pipe down, inner self, pipe down. I'm going to do what I want. No.
Pipe down all the quotes on social media that should be empowering and moving the feminist movement forward. Pipe down
warnings.
Privately, no matter what I post, a bitch is putting up with some bullshit.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
And then people with the bad boys, right? I was talking to my best friend, and it was so funny because we started just cracking up on the phone because I was like, that this girl was talking, and she was like, you know, she doesn't want this guy because he's a cornball, whatever. We started cracking up. And then my girlfriend, who happens to have grown up in the suburbs in Windsor, but she's always loved a hood dude, right?
What is that with?
But
always love bad
this
boys.
Is the thing, though, and I was like, there's no.
But we always love them for like long term.
This is the thing.
But then on the other side, you're like,
it's like I want a little bit of trauma in my life.
Not a little bit, a lot of trauma, turmoil.
It's not enough that I grew up in a traumatic environment. I want to fall in love with some.
And then give him everything.
Everything. God.
Every fiber of my being.
The only thing I didn't do was give my car keys up. That's the only thing I didn't do. But I saw mad chicks getting dropped off at work.
In their cars?
Yes. Shit. And dudes driving off with their seat way back.
So it's not even a hood dude. You into the broke hood dude.
That's what I'm saying.
That got the paper.
That's what I'm saying. Some of them broke. Damn. But anyways.
Yeah.
Broke groups.
Yeah, because I definitely was that girl in high school. Class president.
Because I literally had to have a conversation with somebody like, how do you not see the value in this man that has a career?
Oh, the one that she called the one that she called the
pretty, toys, one grown-ass child. So that means he has no drama. What are you looking for?
That's a whole
trauma. Are you looking for more trauma? Are you not sick of it?
Hi.
But anyways,
Hello,
maybe this will wake her up.
Hello, my name is.
Or maybe I can shake her.
Trauma.
Can you get adult shaking syndrome?
Oh.
Because sometimes I want to shake the shit out of some people. But anyways.
I'm surprised you haven't gone around shaking people.
That would be fun.
And I'm the asshole.
No, I'm an asshole. I have always said I'm an asshole. Oh, shit.
Oh. Okay. Does religion play a role in your Latina upbringing?
It did for a little bit for us. It wasn't something that it was ingrained. I know that the people used to come in their families and Spanish families to our door. Jehovah Witnesses.
Jehovah's Witnesses?
Uh-huh. Jehovah. Jehovah. They used to come as families. We used to be like this to the blind. That's like, nobody home. Jehovah's Witnesses. How do you say it? Jehovah? No, that's JD. I think that would be the only guy that would starstruck me. But anyways, I know, because you know him, but I don't. I would just go through the list of like songs that you know. But anyways, back to so yes, when we were younger, yes, church played a big role in my upbringing. We used to go to Sacred Heart Church in Hartford.
Oh, Catholic.
Which is no longer, yeah. And I was confused once I got older and I started just trying to find my way into what type, because the Catholic thing was not for me. I never felt comfortable there. I really like Baptist because of all the music and all because the Catholic was sit down, stand up, kneel down, sit down, stand up, kneel down. I just never.
It's very procedural.
Very procedural, and I don't feel like they're talking. Like I want to be talked through. Like I want to feel something. I don't want to be sitting there like, when is this going to be over type thing. You know, at the Baptist church that I went to, my best friend's church, I think they're Lutheran. That's pretty good. Lutheran. But then Lutheran, see? And then
I was like,
there's a Christian. Is it Catholic or Christian? Is there a difference there?
Yes.
There's a Christian church that my mom goes to.
I believe
all Spanish.
Or is it Christian because you're Catholic? But I believe Catholics are Christians.
Okay, so it's okay.
But then, so Christians are Catholics, Baptists, non-denominational. Then you have the Muslim, Jew, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
So my mom goes to this Catholic church that's led by a Peruvian pastor, who is an amazing pastor, and it didn't seem like it was a Catholic church.
Oh,
if that makes any sense. So I like that church. The only thing I don't like about it is it's far away. It's in Hartford. So, you know, I should not let that stop me. I should still go to church. But my mom found Christ now later in life. After, you know, retiring and you know.
I love that.
But yeah, and we've gone a couple times. I need to go more. I know I've shared with you. But I always feel like I need to be moved when I'm there. I always have a spiritual cleansing. And it's very hard for me to go to places like that, but I did like that one. But yeah.
It's hard for Diana to go places like that because she's not going to tell you that she senses energies.
Oh my God.
For real.
Please don't ask me.
She does.
I'm not gonna.
Not like Teresa Caputo and shit.
Or yeah, maybe, no.
Or maybe on a smaller scale.
No.
But she senses energies. Yeah. So sometimes I'd be around her and I'd be like, is she sensing?
So stupid. So what about your upbringing?
Oh yeah, we grew up. Everything was church. We had to burn our
still got church, right? Your what?
You all our Smurfs when we were kids.
You burn your Smurf. But what the Smurf got to do?
Because they were from the devil. We had to burn all our Michael Jackson stuff because that worldly music was of the devil. That's when my mom was like, bien rajatabla, you know, like
hard. So you guys were Catholic?
No, so we weren't Catholic, but it was like Baptist, Pentecostal, basically.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, but we weren't.
But you didn't wear skirts.
No, so it was like rajatabla Pentecostal, but it wasn't like you don't cut your hair, you only wear skirts. My cousins grew up like that. They no longer are. My aunt is a pastor, Pentecostal pastor. My mom has since transitioned to like more non-denominational, blah, blah, blah. So spirituality and church has always been a big part of my upbringing. Spirituality, for me, I feel like the first time I heard God speak to me, I was probably in my early 20s. Like that was my first experience with the Holy Spirit. And then I kind of took my own path as to how I wanted to live my spiritual life. I need to find a new church home. I think that in the last few years, I've been a little disappointed with church itself. So I still do my personal Bible studies. Sometimes I'll join a Bible study group that my girlfriend Nancy has.
Or your mom.
Yep. But huge. Religion played a huge role.
I feel you when you're talking about that you're disappointed, because I've been to churches and that I've heard that a lot of people that I know, attend. And so I go there and I tend to see through shit.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
They're not really here to cleanse my spirit or to give me the word. They're here because they want money. It's like everything was so money based, and everything was like, you don't have to pass around the dish 20 times.
Yeah.
Like, what's really going on here?
Yeah. That's funny that you mentioned that, because again, whatever. Even in the secular world, Phil and I have a lot of relationships in the religious world, I'd say. So I think my distaste with churches started when we would visit churches and we were like in a VIP section, or like in reserved seating, or in the green room in the back at the church, or like you had special parking, like all these things that to me shouldn't exist in the church.
Everybody should be the same, right?
Yes. I do think there is space for that if you're a guest pastor, or you are, I think if you're a guest pastor, like if you're a guest of the church, that's it. But like someone who's just a visitor, but because Phil is, semi well known in certain spaces, I feel like for me, all I see is groupieism, and then to tie the church to it or spirituality to it really just like gets under my skin, and I can't subscribe to it. And he always fucks with me because he's like, yeah, Rocio loves that VIP shit at church, and I hate it. Like I hate it with a passion.
I didn't even know that there was a thing.
So that's the thing.
That's crazy.
So basically relationships open doors everywhere. In business, in church, at a game, to a concert. Like it's literally all about who you know. And it's happened several times at various churches. Phil is very well respected in the secular world as well as like the religious world. But that has given me exposure to things that I take way too personal. And my moral compass is like, it just can't deal with it. And I think being exposed to that, trying to find my own way, was really like, I just don't know how I feel about the concept of church, even though I think fellowship is very important. Like having community with like-minded people who love Jesus, who love the Lord, but it's been a journey for me in the last few years after COVID, because I don't do well with virtual church. I was super involved in my church in New York, but again, even still, it's like that special access to things that like, I love it. Trust me, I don't wait in line anywhere. But when it comes to church, I just don't. I can't jive with that.
Everybody should be on the same plane.
I can't. And by the way, there is a huge documentary on, I don't know if it's Netflix or Apple, about Hillsong Church. That was one of the churches I went to. And it's a very interesting watch if you have time, because it talks about that.
Hillsong, okay.
It talks a lot about that. Want to bring up another one?
Sure.
And if it's not it, let's make it up. I want it to be that one.
No, you make it up because I don't know which one you're talking about.
Okay.
How long have you gone without sex?
Wow. From church to sex.
Or would you go without it?
Welcome to Cositas.
There was a time there where I went without sex for about.
Well, you didn't lose your virginity till you were 18.
I was 18, yeah. But there was a time there where I was single for like 3 years, and I want to say that out of the 3 years consecutive, it was probably like 2 years. I didn't have sex for like 2 years.
And that was a
choice. It was a choice. I lost my virginity around 18, and then had a couple, whatever, had kids, my first 2 kids, and it was after that I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a breather.
So it was a conscious decision. What made what made you make that decision revolving around the sex aspect? Or was it more like, I don't want to be in a relationship, which means I'm not going to have sex?
Well, I want to say it's twofold. For me, growing up, it was always when I was younger, because of my cousins, and which I believe the color of my skin, a lot of Puerto Rican guys never really messed with me. So I would have to go out of my race.
You dated a lot of black guys.
I dated black guys, right?
Have you ever dated a white guy?
Yes. Never again. Well,
news to me.
I'm married, but never again. But
so that wasn't a good experience.
Yeah, he was clout chasing before clout chasing was a term. But so when I started getting older, I started seeing that I was using sex as an emotional tool instead of using it as a getting closer type of thing. It was more as a, I don't know, I was using it. It was just, I had more like a mind, like I had a guy tell me, you think like a dude. I just want to take you to dinner. And I'm like, I want to go to dinner. What are you talking about? No, but so yeah, so I had a couple little things like that, and I was just like, okay, I gotta relax. Let me chill. Let me take some time for myself. Let me ground myself. Let me find what I want to do with my life, and then date, and then stuff like that. So I think that I was using sex as something that it wasn't meant to be. I don't know. Does that make any sense? I don't know. Like I'm trying not to say so much. Let me see. How do I say it?
I'll take over.
Okay, no, I'm gonna say it. Okay. I'm just gonna say it. I should have been getting a boyfriend, and then having the possession, the right way of like getting a boyfriend, and then you like him, and then you have sex with him, and all that stuff. That wasn't happening. I at the time would want to just have sex, and then the person would want to be my boyfriend, and I'd be like, "Fuck out of here! I want a boyfriend."
So
that's what happened.
Were like a dude,
right? So I was told that, like, I want you to meet my mom. I want to take you out, and I'm like, no. Oh, this is not what that is.
Diana.
Yeah, see, that's how I didn't want to say it, but fuck it, I said it. But yeah, that happened a couple times to me. So then that made me want to take a couple steps back and be like, wait,
that's never happened.
I gotta relax.
Ever, actually.
Well, that's why I think I give the best advice, because I tend to know a little bit.
What now? I want to know, because that is an anomaly, or maybe it's not. Maybe
it's
there
not.
are more women that are like that. And
we tend to get what we want too.
Yes. I just don't see myself having sex with someone that I don't like.
Oh, I like them.
In a bigger way.
I like them. The chemistry was there. I just
didn't want to do other things. Shut you off. Something shut off.
I just didn't want to do other things. I was just like, no.
Not other things. That's called dating.
I didn't want to do that.
You don't want to go to dinner and be fed and loved on?
No.
Fuck. Okay.
You buy me some sneakers and stuff, but but you see where the mindset was at that time. I was young. I wasn't thinking take me to dinner. I didn't want to be seen with anybody either. I was like, no.
Seen with anyone.
It's crazy. I was young. I wasn't even.
I love it though.
Yeah,
I love it.
I wasn't. I knew what I wanted. Just like men, some men can't tell a woman, all I want is sex. They wine and dine her. They fucking get what they want, and then they ghost her.
So are you saying that it would be, or you would respect a man more if he's like, I just want to have sex?
Absolutely, because there's a lot of women that's what they want too.
That's what they want too, but
if they want a relationship, that's what they got to say. Because I found also that growing up and just having friends like everybody does, that they think that for some reason their presence or their vagina or whatever is gonna change the man's mind. If a man is going in my experience, if the man is going in with this is just going to be no strings, blah, 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 right? Very rarely does it turn into something else. Very rarely, right? So if they could get the milk before, they're going to do that. They're not going to try to fucking wine and dine you, right? But then there are those guys that will wine and dine you. They will wine and dine you, and then they'll get the cookie, and then they disappear. And then they act like they don't see you at the club.
Right. And is it like at the end of it, are you like, so now you're pissed and upset.
Right.
But were you going to be pissed and upset if at the beginning he said the same thing?
And I found.
Or would you have felt more empowered to say yes or no? Do you feel like.
I found that in my past, when I went into it like that, it turned on them where they were the ones that were like, I want to be in a relationship with you, because they go into it like, oh, she's into it like me, like no strings, and then they end up falling in love, and then you're like, you can't get rid of motherfuckers. Like, oh shit. So
Diana is now coaching. For more coaching information, call 1-800 Diana gets all the details.
But I think if everybody starts off on the same thought process, on the same.
So like you're saying, like if everyone starts off like being honest with yourself, I just want to have sex. I'm in a season where I just want to be loved on, or I'm looking for a deeper relationship. But it's funny because in the journey of being in a deeper relationship is one thing, but then it's like giving that deeper relationship to just anybody is pointless. You know what I'm saying? So there's a sense of like, you have to compartmentalize anyway, because you meet a guy and again, there's the blinders. Like, this is bad news bears. No bueno, corre, salta, fuera, fuego.
Red flag. The shit is so fucking big that it's literally, the whole room is red.
Covered. So it's like, yeah, it's in a sense like I'm looking for a relationship, but to me, and maybe I'm programmed differently, you don't know you're looking for a relationship until you get to know somebody, whether that's through sex, intimacy, that way, intimacy and conversation, or dating. Right. So it's like, how do I go into something saying I'm looking for a relationship? Even if I was in a theoretical mindset, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm looking for a relationship with you.
I don't think that people are looking for it. I think people are ready.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They're ready. So then they put that pressure.
It is pressure
on the next person, because they're like, oh, okay, I'm ready, so therefore they should be ready too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But that's almost like in my opinion, a kind of small-minded place to be in, because I've done the work on myself or whatever. I broke up and now I'm ready to be in a relationship. Yes, but that doesn't mean you want to give that space of you're ready to be in a relationship to this person. It's almost like I've done all this work or whatever. Now I know where I am, and it's like, damn, amazing. Like, pat on my back. I'm here. And now so easily I'm just going to give it to this person because that's where I am in my life. That
but how easy, how much
worthy of the relationship?
How much easier do you think it would be if you go into a situation, and then maybe some women, they're called crazy because they go into a situation and they're like, I'm ready to have a relationship. First date, I'm ready to have a relationship. So if the person's not ready that you're saying that to, then maybe you shouldn't go further with that person.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So I
get that as like a non-negotiable.
Right. Like you're looking I'm ready.
Up, that's not what I'm looking
for. So that's what I'm saying. People, I think, go into these spaces and they're like you said, with the blinders, they know what they're feeling, but then they're telling the guy, oh no, let's go with the flow. When you know damn well you don't want to go with the flow. when you know damn well you done parked your boat. You're not even on the river. You like on land talking about I'm ready to settle down. So that's what the fuck you need to tell people. You can't just be like I'm going with the flow to appease him or her.
Or you need to be honest with yourself.
Exactly.
And be like, I don't want to open the doors to this if he's not there. Because what ends up is you end up getting hurt. Even if while you're open the door to it, knowing he didn't want to be in a relationship, he's not the person you want to be in a relationship with anyway. You're still hurt. See?
Because to me, men have not changed. They will not change. Like, there was a guy back in the day that, you know, like I said, I just wanted to have that quick little, you know, and it happened. He thought that he was not gonna at the time beep because it was beepers. I'm aging myself, so not beep for me. I honestly beeped him because I thought I left something in his car. He didn't call me back. Fine. It was months later. We saw each other somewhere, and he was like, "I'm so sorry I didn't call you back." And I was like, "I don't give a fuck. Is this thing in your car?" So then, because of my reaction of not caring whether or not he called me, because I didn't beep him after that. You know, I was like, I was calling you to see if this was in my car, in your car, but I found it and I'm good. Went on my way. This dude would not leave me alone all night because of my response to him. But I was done with him. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, I wasn't calling you for that. Well, I know this because it's 2 months later, bro. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and we in Hartford. Like, what's really going on? Like, I'm sure you saw me somewhere else and maybe hid or did some stupid shit. Because that's what dudes do. Like, and I don't understand it. Like, even now in my 40s. Wait,
that didn't come out the jar, but have you ever done that?
What, like ignore somebody in the club?
See someone and hide?
And no, not hide.
Or have you caught someone trying to hide?
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. And I've acted like I don't see them. And then they come, they say, what up? And I'm like, oh, what's up?
Oh, you do the open hand.
Shit. This
I'm having an extra good time.
And I made sure, this is the thing. If I know there's a little stalker in there, I had made sure that I was in the corner somewhere. So you know what? If you're coming over there, you want me to see you.
Yes.
And they make the way all the way. And it's so funny because my best friend would be like, girl, he came all the way over here to see you. I'm like, I know.
That happened to me one time. I'll never forget. I was at Marshall's.
Where you hid from them, or
I've never hid.
They hid from you?
Mm-hmm.
That's so stupid.
I saw him.
That is so fucking
I saw him see me, and then he hid. And I think his new girlfriend or whatever was in the door. But she wasn't there with him at the time.
Like you were going to say something.
And I literally was like, what? But it was like evident. Yeah. It was like, you know how when you walk in, not always, but like this is a Marshall's that set up. The shoes are at the beginning. So it's like a lower, it was one of the setups where the shoes are lower, like a DSW and not like where they're on the rack.
Yeah.
So it was a
dock. My God.
It was a dock situation. Yes.
Dumbass.
I had a college boyfriend. I was at Cole Haan at the time in New York, and we had a sample sale. So they rent, like a sample sale. They rent these huge warehouses, and he comes into the sample sale. I'm working the cash register, right? So my ego fills up. I'm like, I know this motherfucker doesn't think that this is what I do for a living. Work the fucking cash register at a sample sale. I'm a fucking marketing manager at Cole Haan. Fucking ego. Anyway, this man comes with his parents. Mind you, he's 6'11". He played basketball in college. And we dated in college. Sees me, literally turns around and walks out. I saw him see me, see him, saw each other.
What an idiot.
What an idiot. So then as karma would have it, there was like 10 registers. His parents, they had to come to my register. So you know what I did? I was like, tell so-and-so. I was like, hi, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. I had never met his parents in college. I was like, oh, was that so-and-so? And they were like, yeah. I was like, oh, let him know Rocio says hi. They're like, oh, did you guys go to college together? I'm like, yes, actually we did.
So stupid.
But
it's not going to cost anything to say hi.
Each other.
Just say hi. Just say hi. Yeah.
Keep it pushing.
It's okay. Nothing.
Ain't nobody trying to
checking for you
at all.
Ain't nobody checking for you
at all. nonetheless.
So crazy.
Moving on.
I've divulged information. Yeah. Lord Jesus.
Looking for one specific.
Husband, it was in the past and there was stuff before you. Okay, so I'm gonna need you to relax. You know what? Nah, I don't even think that he's listening. You gonna make it up? Oh shit.
No, this isn't a good one, so I'm gonna make it up.
So just do the one that you want.
I'm going to. We'll keep these for next. So, amiga.
Oh shit.
Listen, what is the craziest thing you've done or said to get out of a intimate situation?
I'm gonna share one that I heard. Share the one that we heard at dinner. You go, and then I'll share the one I heard.
So my girlfriend, what have I done? Oh, yes. Actually, this is not good, but maybe it's good. I would love to hear your opinion. Yeah. So I'm gonna share. So we're at dinner, and my girlfriend, I don't even know how did this come up. I have no idea.
We were talking about the shoving balls.
We always talk about shoving balls, dick, or sex. So she's telling us we're having a conversation, and she's talking to us about this guy that she was dating, and they were being intimate, and they were like making out.
It was their first time, right? Their first time.
Their first time, like being intimate. They were dating, blah blah blah. You know, she couldn't really get a good sense of what was happening down there from the makeout session, but he proceeds to orally please her in her private areas. She said he did a great job, spectacular, blah blah blah. So she was like, let me return the favor. So she makes her way down south, and as she approaches, she said it was minimal in its presentation. She got on her feet very quickly, comes up, and says, I believe she even brought tears.
One tear came to her eye.
One tear came to her eye, and says, you know, I think we're moving too fast, and I feel like I'm getting emotionally attached. And a tear? That's all you gotta tell them.
That's all you gotta tell.
Men quickly are like, oh, no.
You getting attached? Oh, hell no.
When me and Diana heard this story,
yo, we died.
Because that was so inventive. On the spot thinking.
On the spot.
So you imagine you're down there, you're ready, and then you're like, wait a minute. Not what I expected. So your spidey senses kick in, and you blame your hormones of womanhood. I thought that was award-winning acting.
Number one.
An excuse. Award-winning.
That was amazing.
Brava.
So a story I heard about that happened. This woman had been getting wined and dined, and she was so excited because this guy was, had a great career. He had no children, and she was just like so excited. Like, I finally got somebody with the same sense of humor. Oh my God, his mother's amazing. He met my mother. Oh my God, this was all before they had sex.
They're meeting mother. I was about to say.
Yes, that's why she just knew. She was like, oh my God, he wants me for me. It's before the sex, all this stuff, right? They go to have sex. He had shit on his drawers.
Wait.
And the whole room stank like shit.
Wait. I have questions. Wait. Did the defecating happen while they were foreplaying, or
no? It was the defecating was on his drawers. It was on his drawers. She said that it was like tracks. Yeah.
Enough to have a stench?
And a stench.
Wow.
So I asked her what she'd do. And she said she got up and she said, I'm out. This is disgusting. And never spoke to him again.
So she literally just said, hell no.
Right. So ever since then, because, Her fruit was small. It still is.
Do we know this person?
I'm amazing at giving people nicknames. So I started calling them shitty tracks.
I was going to say Moose Tracks 100%.
So I was like, shitty tracks is inside. Do you still want to go inside?
OMG.
And she used to be like, yeah, I ain't the one that had shit on my underwear.
Holy shit.
And I used to
No
see
pun
him.
intended.
And I used to see him and look at him like, oh, you nasty. And all these girls would like him and try to get with him. And I was like, oh, only if y'all know he got shit on his drawers.
Oh.
It doesn't even matter to me at that point if it just happened that day. Like, go to the bathroom and check your shit. Especially like if you're all day, go check your shit. Wash up, do something.
I was literally going to say, but if you're about to be intimate for the first time after you've been dating, I would freshen up anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
but kudos to her.
Women, it's
kudos
like you've been working all day or sitting all day or whatever. You know the vagina needs to be refreshed. I mean, after you've been with someone a few times, then you're like, all right, fuck it. Like we working with what we got. But it gets warm and steamy and men and they're just Holy smokes.
Holy smokes is right.
Well, I didn't do that, but I don't think he listens. Anyway, I used to live in another country and I dated a guy and I definitely thought I was going to get married to live in another country.
Oh.
We really liked each other for sure. I wouldn't say we loved each other, but we were very fond of each other. We liked each other a lot. And at the time, I wanted to move overseas and we really felt like it could become something. So the topic of getting married did come up a few times. Nonetheless.
This was before sex?
Yes.
Oh,
this
shit.
is before
sex.
Shit.
Okay.
So then I moved back, but I go back a few times. I mean, I go back a few times and still no sex. Like heavy makeout, heavy like undergarment, heavy petting. So even though I talk a lot of shit now as an adult, I was very sexually inexperienced back then in the sense of like, yeah, I had sex. I lost my virginity, blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't.
You still didn't know you were young.
Yeah, I wasn't comfortable in my sexuality.
A million people to get experience.
Yes. So it's not until adulthood where I'm comfortable and confident in my skin, where it's like I'm verbal about what I enjoy. My husband has a few funny stories, but whatever. You get what I'm saying? So I had never even put my hand on the area.
Oh.
Yeah. It was weird. Not weird, but
yeah, no.
for that age. And he was very we would go to dinner and he would travel and blah blah blah. So I moved back. So this is one of our trips. So he's DJing in another country. I'm not going to give too many details. The point is we're heavily making out, blah, blah, blah. And I go to put my hand down there finally, right? And I start at the bottom. I was like, wow, it's girthy, whatever. And then as I go up, it literally goes like this. Like a straight up candy cane. Not like curve, not like semi, like a hook.
And how come you didn't marry him?
Ready? So this is the part that I think was very interesting now.
How come you
because at the time, ready? I literally went
and scared of the candy cane.
So
you were like, what the fuck is this?
Nothing happened.
No?
I never had sex.
Because you were scared because it was like that?
Because it was like that. We still had a few days left on the trip. Slowly, I don't know if it was because of that. I'm sure it was because of that. We stopped dating in a sense, whatever. And
have you had any contact with him since?
Yeah, we're still friends on Instagram, and now he's married. He's got 4 kids. Blah blah blah. When I travel, every now and then I'll see him. But ready? It wasn't until my 30s that I read or got whiff that curved penises are actually really good things. And now I feel like I did with Snoop and not smoking an L. Like, I missed my
You
moment.
let go of so many moments.
I missed my moment. I
was
could have been married with like a dual visa, a dual passport.
I'm over here. So what happened? How come you didn't marry him?
So what did I do to get out?
How come you didn't marry the candy cane man?
Such an immature moment. Mind you, I was 20.
Yeah. You didn't know. You didn't know. If you know what you know now, you would have been like, let's get to it.
Because till then, I hadn't been with, first of all, I was girthy on the larger end and then it curved. I hadn't been, in full transparency, my ex at the time had a pretty small penis. And I didn't even know that until I got older, where I was like, oh my God, wait, that is actually pretty small.
Can't believe I wasted my time on that.
Can't believe. Big balls, small dick. Anyway. So that was,
I can't believe it.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh, but I didn't feel it.
Yeah. What a can't believe it.
Things we put up with.
No. Or Cositas mommy never told me that, you know, size matters, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't think my mom would. Although I want to say that in the last 10 years, well, not the last 10 years, because she's with her person that she's been with for about 10 years. So before that, we would have conversation. I'm like, oh, now you want to tell me about this.
My mom too.
Now.
Thanks.
That would have been put me in my 30s. Thank you.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, now I should know that size matters, that intimacy matters, that touching, how he touches you matters.
Candy cane man.
Last one.
The only thing.
So mad. So fast forward. The reason they say that a curved penis is great is because it can go right into the G spot.
It's never too late, Rocio Castro.
Oh, it's too late.
Oh, shit.
Was that the question?
It was meant to be. Before it was meant to be.
Meant to be.
All right, let's see. I got another chunky one.
Have you ever had a candy cane penis? Do you have one now? Tell me.
Tell us.
I want to know. That's like my cousin's husband has vitiligo.
Mm-hmm.
And I always ask.
What the fuck? I already know what you're going to ask. What in the world?
I love him. He's an amazing man. I'm like, is it like dual colored? Then my cousin's nasty. She goes, you know, I get chocolate and vanilla all the time.
I get the swirl. Swirl.
Did you not like the question?
Put those back.
Okay. We're going to put those back.
Okay. Yes.
What is that? Oh my God, because everything is about sexual ambition.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God.
This one, yeah.
This one.
Let's put these back. What would you rather? $1 million or blind forever? $1 million.
For real? You'd rather have $1 million and be blind?
Oh, I thought you got to pick either or. A bit.
No.
What would you rather? $1 million or blind forever?
You would be blind forever.
Oh no, I don't want to be blind.
Or would you be blind forever?
I don't want to be blind for the
versus
million.
getting $1 million.
No, I don't want to be blind. I thought it was $1 million. I'm going to be $1 million. I'm trying to be blind. I didn't understand the question.
Wait a minute. If you put $1 million, what would you rather? $1 million?
Where's us? What would you rather?
Stupid options. Would you rather?
Where's the option? Shit.
Get $1 million or get $1 million?
What? It has to be a rather. The fuck? If that's all one thought, then
it was late at night. Okay,
that's okay.
Sorry.
Listen, I'm gonna forgo the $1 million
because you don't want to be blind.
No.
A bitch gotta see,
especially.
Because this shit out here is crazy. Oh my God.
That's the craziest friendship experience you've had or heard. friendship, or you want to end with a sex one?
I mean,
I put all of the other sex ones back.
clearly.
Perdón. Wait. Y yo no puedo ver. Does sex change after 30, 40? You want to do that one, or you want to do another one?
It's the thing. We have to do whatever comes out of the fucking jar.
This is not a fucking jar. Your celebrity hall pass, Bill. That's the one.
Celebrity hall pass.
That's the
Who
one.
was your celebrity hall pass? Oh my God. I don't know.
That's the one. Only one? Oh. I don't know. The hall pass means that you're about to have sex with this person, or you're gonna go on a date. So your
celebrity hall pass means you're in a relationship. But if you could get a hall pass with a celebrity, your partner would be like, "Who? I'm okay if it's this person."
My husband ain't gonna be okay with nobody.
I know.
Girl, police. We went to the casino one time, right? Husband, I'm putting you on blast. We went to the casino and and I was looking quite nice. And these guys were looking at me, and he turned around after he had lost a little bit of money and was like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" Like going crazy. I was like, sorry.
I've never been with someone like that.
Well, I don't know if it was a mix of losing money and people being like real extra staring at me. I think that might have been like the mix, and he was going crazy. I was like, "Yo, we about to get banned from the casino."
He actually enjoys when people stare at me. It's weird. It's this thing of like, she's with me.
Motherfuckers.
When I'm like, who's the one staring? Let me see.
But if I could get a hall pass, I don't know. I got a couple. I got to see which one. Let me just decide.
Yeah, my thing varies.
Not yours. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
I vary. Like if we're thinking hip hop thug, Method Man, 100%. The man is like Benjamin Button. And then if we're thinking big blockbuster superstar, I want to say The Rock. Yes. Super traditional.
Really?
Yeah. I like big guys. Not muscular. I do like big guys.
He is a big guy.
I like big. I like to feel safe, but I like to feel like he can like carry me and throw me around. I've always liked big guys.
I like the guy. I like,
Don't say no real cute niggas.
No. I forgot his name.
And he's not a hall pass.
He is a hall pass, but I forgot I don't want to fuck up his name, I should say. He played Aquaman.
Oh, Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa. See, I was going to say Samoa or something.
Oh, he's hot.
His
energy with Lisa Bonet made him hotter.
He was on some shows where he was just throwing people around, and I was like,
see, but you get the same concept. I like to feel safe, but feel like he can like manhandle me. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's the size.
He was,
and the size with The Rock, and you know, I've never met him.
Momoa, so. And then I don't know why I have the biggest crush, and I don't even, and it's not even BDE. I've always had a big old crush on Brad Pitt.
Oh, but I mean, hello, that's like Brad Pitt, George Clooney, that whole.
I've had the biggest crush on this man.
Brad Pitt is a good one.
Brad Pitt. So yeah, those would be mine too. And they're very like spectrum, and there's some athletes in there, but those two are the ones.
Yeah, I don't think there's an athlete.
No,
for me. Besides the guy who played for Puerto Rico when we were going crazy, was his name?
That played for Puerto Rico.
On the baseball, softball, whatever. That we were like, Caramelo was his name, not Caramelo, but he's got it. Lindor.
Oh, Lindor.
Call me.
There's a guy that plays for Seattle, but he's like 24.
The coach at the
no.
San Diego. The coach.
Okay, coach.
The guy, the fine, beautiful coach.
Fine, beautiful coach.
San Diego Padres, I think. He's like gorgeous. Look up San Diego Padres.
I gotta look up my guy first. Seattle Mariners. Gotta look him up first. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let me look first.
Who's your celebrity crush? Who's your celebrity hall pass?
Roster.
Also, we would love to know if you enjoyed this type of random episode, putting us on the spot. We want to know some random
He's a little Dominican.
That you would like. Oh, you love Dominicans. Hence,
I love
Carlos.
my Dominican.
One Dominican.
Yeah, I love my Dominican. You're so ridiculous. But yeah, he is. Oh no.
See it.
You don't see it. I think you gotta see him like in action.
Julio Rodriguez. Okay, big ears. Hey, no judgment zone.
Lord
you
Jesus.
like what you like.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna find the coach. Well, you give us closing words.
I'm doing closing words.
You are doing closing words.
Okay, so yeah, this was called the juice jar. We're probably going to be doing some of these at live events. So if you see the jar and a piece of paper and a pencil, just write something down. It's not going to kill you to interact. There'll probably be some things in there anyway, because God forbid we have an empty jar at the end of their life. There's some things coming up, as Rocio said at the top. We're going to have a therapist on. We're going to have someone on that you guys are going to be very excited. I can't wait. I'm not even going to say, but y'all going to be very excited about the person we have on. We're going to be live in Boss Babes November 5th. Is this probably going to air the week before? Yeah, this is probably going to air the week before Boss Babes, which is November 5th. And yeah.
I found him.
Oh, she found him. What's his name?
Oh,
for the Padres?
No. The Giants.
The Giants.
His name is...
He's a coach?
Gabe Kapler.
Oh. Yeah.
Gabe Kapler actually...
Is he married?
No.
Well, you need to...
He takes the cake.
He's probably a 2-degree separation situation.
Bitch. Look him up. Gabe Kapler, Giants coach.
Lindor.
Have your people call my people.
Oh, the bias kid was cute too. The Puerto Rican.
Oh, very cute.
He was very cute. But anyways, yes.
That's it. That's all. That's all we have for you. We love you guys.
Bye.
Gracias for listening to Cositas Mommy Never Told Me. We hope you loved this episode. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and share Cositas Mommy Never Told Me on all your social channels. Todas las redes sociales. And don't forget, if you want in on the real tea and see all of our reactions to the craziness, watch this episode on YouTube. ¡Qué bochinche!